The Sendai 89ers once again make a push for the playoffs. Here today as they host the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to the Sebia Arena here in Sendai. And it's a good one here for Sendai and their fans as they know they need to be able to get another victory right here, right now. We got a packed house, and why not? The Yokohama B-CORSAIRS with a decent record overall at 25-32. They're going to pose a big challenge. Sendai won yesterday, but only by 6 points, 100-94. Check that. So you know that the Yokohama squad, they're no pushovers, really. They're going to battle to the very end. As we take a look at the lineup of these two squads, both of them in the Eastern Conference. 35-22 are the 89ers. 25-32 are the squad of Yokohama. Here in the Eastern Conference, Utsunomiya Brex, the leaders there together with Gunma. But again, as we mentioned at the top of the coverage, Sendai has an outside chance of making it. As you can see there, they're 4 games behind Alvark Tokyo and the Chiba Jets, who are both at 39-18. They cannot afford a loss here. They need to continue to win, but at the same time, they need Chiba and Alvark to also help them out. Here's some of the highlights from yesterday's affair. With a loss yesterday, Yokohama has now lost 3 straight. As you look at some of the numbers, Sendai's offense is at 82.9, third best actually in the league. And their defense is at 79.5. Yokohama, on the other hand, going the other way. Their offense generates just about 79.3, and their defense yields close to 82. At 81.9 to be exact. That's why they have a losing record. Let's take a look now at the lineup of Coach Dan Takeni. We had them in the coverage just last week. Of course, their super scorer, Jarrett Culver, #1 scorer in the league, will be available today. Their do-it-all guard, Sergio El Darwich, #9 from Lebanon, is also going to be there, together with #21, Boubacar Torre. Unfortunately, Nathan Booth is still out. There's the super scorer, Jarrett. He's a 3-level scorer. Got tremendous touch. At the same time, likes to be able to assist. Just like that one there. Damien Inglis, one of the better defenders we have in the league. But you can see there, Culver just shooting over him. Sendai is third in steals as a team at 8.4 per game. Now we have the lineup of Coach Lassie Tuovi. Of course, #3, Seiya Ando, longtime member of the Japanese national squad. We talked about Damien Inglis, #4. You also have #8, Gary Clark, and Kiefer Avena. #15. There is Coach Lassie. 3 straight losses is something they want to be able to snap. Let's see if they can do that here. And now we're going to meet the starters for both these squads as we focus first on Seiya Ando. Seiya Ando can drive to the basket but loves to shoot from the outside, such as that one there. He stretches the defense for the Japanese national squad and for his team here. Also creates a lot for his big men. As you see, Caleb Tarzewski there, the recipient of that pass. Looking at the roster for tonight, there is no #11, Nagisato, and number 51, Tatsumi Yu, are out. Milestone for Seiya Ando yesterday as he came up with his 2,000th assist. Well, we talked about the fact that he does like to dish off, and he has dished off 2,000 assists as of yesterday. Now that some of the ceremonies are done, we're going to have the starting five for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, the visitors. They're the starters. Ando, Inglis, Ravenna, Morii is another part of that starting lineup. And then, of course, one of their imports. Let's enjoy the preparation that they have. Introducing the Sendai squad.
Now, introducing the Sendai 89 Star 2 5. Number 7, Seiya Uru. Number 8, Challenge Cover. Number 9, Celsius Hillboys. Number 15, Shota Watanabe. Number 21, Bubaka
They're the starters now for both these squads. As we've got Funyu, Culver, El Darwich, Watanabe. That's number 15. That is Shota Watanabe. And we talked about Bubakar Torre also. So out of the lineup for today is Caleb Tarzevsky, and they brought in Mike Kotsar, another one of their longtime imports. So Tarzevsky, given the rest here today. There is Mike Kotsar. We're all set here. Our three officials handling proceedings. We've got referee Hosoda, referee Maruyama, and referee Wakabayashi. We're all set once again. As we set the table, this is a match that Sendai needs to win for a possible entry into the B.LEAGUE playoffs, or what they call here in Japan, the B.LEAGUE Championship. We're underway. The tip ends up with the boys in white. That's the visiting squad. They lost yesterday by 6. They need to get off to a good start here. Let's see if they can. Kotsar on the outside. Likes to operate deep inside Damien Inglis, a 3-level score as well. Comes up with his first basket and the first basket of the game. 2-0 for Yokohama. That's what they need to do. Score at every opportunity and then try to limit Sendai and this gentleman here. Launch from deep. Boubacar Torre will get them another possession here. He'll bring it in himself. And we're tied at 2. Torre gets an offensive rebound and his first bucket. Inglis will move that ball around once again. Watanabe. Kotsar likes to be able to ignite the offense from the top and then goes to his familiar spot inside. Here's Inglis once again. Seiya Ando. Couple of fakes. Launches a 3. Yes! He just beat the 24-second shot clock. They say it's a long 4. Check that, long 2 for a 4-2 score. Culver puts up a 3. That one a little bit too strong. That's good boxing out there by Mike. No look pass inside. Inglis on an island there against Culver. That's what you need to do. Make him play both ends. But once again, Damien Inglis scores 4 points in the contest. So it's 6-4. 6-2, a 4-point lead. Good start here for Damien. Fuji hits a 3. That is a legitimate 3. Our first 3 of the ball game. That's the lead down to 1. Ando can't escape the defense. Tries to bring it closer. They might check on that 3 of his a while ago. This time he steps way behind the line and comes up short. Ill-advised pass. Funyo saying you got to throw it a little higher. Ando almost with his first steal. That was a dangerous pass from Jarrett. They retain possession though. Boubacar will overshoot. Well, Boubacar being a little bit more active than he usually is. He's there for offensive rebounding. 1 point separating these squads. Inglis. That's a nice pass. Open 3, yes! That's their first 3. Kiefer Ravena joins the scoring act. Kiefer has been playing so well these past few weeks. 9-5, establishing another 5-point lead are the visitors. Cunyo, extra pass. Watanabe launches a 3. That's gonna fall short. Here's Mike. Trying to lead the break. That was a shove. Actually, not a smart foul there from Jarrett Culver. You didn't actually have to push him. He's got to manage his fouls. They need him in the ball game as Gary Clark checks in for the very first time. Kotsar will try to bring it inside. That's a great pass. And a good block there by Torre. That's the last line of defense, but still scoring there are the visitors. Kotsar with a jumper. It's now 11-5. Again, Sergio. And do everything for his squad. They look inside once again. Leaning in. Nothing. Kotsar clears. Here comes Seiyo Ando. That's a nice nudge. And just like that, it's an 8-point lead opened up by Yokohama. And a timeout needed here by Sendai. Tremendous start here by Yokohama. Wanting the victory, not necessarily needing it because their run for the playoffs is done. No chance for them to make it, but again, they can play the spoilers role. That's what they want to do. They want to silence this crowd here. Watanabe there gets fouled inside. Clark picks up his first. Funyu with the inbound. That's a dangerous pass again. Sergio finds Culver. Culver for three, yes! His first bucket, definitely not his last. He's averaging 24 points per contest. Asking for defense. Kai King just checked in and he delivers a bucket. It's now a 7-point lead. Funyu looking for a second three, no. Boy, Boubacar almost got another offensive rebound on the break. Kai King will go back up high. Seiya Ando launches and hits. That is a three. The lead is now 10 at 18-8. Tremendous start here by Yokohama. Culver gets away. That's too easy. They sent a double. They blitzed him, but he still just went through the defense. Seiya Ando to try to bring it inside. That might have been a travel. Kotsar with a jumper will overshoot. Little shove. That's going to be the second personal foul on Clark. Now he's in trouble. He might have to be replaced. Let's see exactly what Coach Lassie will do. That will mess up, obviously, his substitution patterns. Under 4 minutes to be played in quarter number 1. Torre. Gonna go inside. Yusei misfires. It's Yusei Sugiura in for the first time. Kai King with an acrobatic layup there. And the lead is back up to 10. Quick 2 baskets here for Kai King. That might be a turnover. Recovered. They got a brand new 24. Watanabe hits a three. Well, all the locals here in the B-League are dead shots. You cannot give them that much time to set up and prepare. 2017. Seiya Ando goes the other end. Not wanting the pick from Mike, and he loses possession. Watch it once again. There was the pick. Opted to go the other way. And picks up a turnover here. Yokohama's second turnover. shot, not gonna work. Clark still in the ball game there despite the 2 personal fouls. Kai King will wait for the rest of his squad. He comes inside, gets the layup. 6 quick points here for Kai King. And the lead is now 9. In the ball game for the first time is Soichiro Inoue. Here comes Culver. Almost lost it. Nice swing. Open 3. Araya can't hit. Araya just checked in as well. That's Hirohide Araya, number 11. Inglis is back. Replacing Kotsar, but they keep Gary Clark in the ball game. I guess that's the beauty of having 3 imports. You can gamble a little bit more. Fall away. Yes! Everything dropping. That was Gakuto Arai. It's now an 11-point advantage at 24-13. Everything dropping. Culver puts up another deep one. In and out. Nice rebound there for Kotsar. Actually for Damon Inglis, who replaced Kotsar. They go inside. Trying to get as many points as they can from Clark. And he comes up with his second bucket. The 31-year-old making Coach Lassie look like a genius. Araya will go to the wing. That was tipped slightly. Kiefer Avena will check back in. Mike Kotsar is now going to be resent into the ball game, and I think that's a good decision. You've got to rest Gary Clark. He cannot afford to pick up a 3rd foul here in the first quarter. Yusei comes up with a bucket. That'll help their cause. Kotsar once again. Drop step. Baby hook, not gonna work. Nice rebound there from Inoue. Well, Inoue is 6'7". Foul's gonna be called. Stopping the action. That's on Kenta. Actually, a smart foul. They knew that they had fouls to give. It's the instructions there. Not to come out with any more fouls first. Here's Culver. They blitz him. Not wanting to give up the basketball. Forces that one up. That's a poor shot. Tremendous defense put up here by Yokohama. And they have blazed the hoops as they lead by 11 after 1. 26-15 is our tally. Second quarter action, and that's a quick basket there by Boubacar. Sergio doing everything he possibly can to get his teammates involved and into the groove of the game. Nice cut. That's a foul clearly by Sergio. That's his first personal foul. Look at that quick cut. Gakuto. Trying to come up with instant offense. Shuto Ando sent back in. Coach Lassie wants a victory here. They want a split this weekend here at the Sebia Arena. Aray now with 3 points. Aray is one of the youngsters here for the B-CORSAIRS that they're hoping develops into a star. He's only been averaging 6 minutes, coming up with 4.3 points. But they're going to try to give him as many minutes, many opportunities as possible. Sergio from deep, no. That was actually a little bit too deep. But he couldn't go straight up because Kotsar was there, ready to block his shot. Ravenna sent back in. He's got one personal foul so far. Sergio. Two-man game with Boubacar. Will try to finish. No, Boubacar once again gets it, but ooh, that looked like it was off his leg. It'll stay here in this end though. That was off the leg, they say, of Mike Kotsar. 11 points, the advantage so far here of the visiting squad at 28-17. So no Jarrett Culver. That's why they go to Boubacar in the post, and he's gonna get the roll. Boubacar so active today. Not really one of their leading scorers. He's their leading rebounder for sure. Now with 6 points, he also has 1 board. Asking for defense. Kiefer will go to the wing, gets it back. A lot of extra passes. And Kotsar gets the easiest layup of his basketball career. High off the glass, not going to work there for Kiefer. And a duty foul. That's going to be the second team foul here for Yokohama in the quarter. Too high off the glass there from Ravenna. Ando will pick up his first. Sergio. That's a nice matchup against Kai. Kai is very quick as well. Sergio into the heart of the defense. Extra pass. Open three. Okajima can hit. Kai King on the run. Ando will go to the wing. Ravenna for three. Will overshoot. Darwich. Darwich asking for a foul. None given. That's good transition defense. The Jarrett sent back in. That's a good decision by Coach Dan. They need some scoring. And this is one man that can do it. Shot clock's winding down. Foon, you had to force that one up. Here's Gary Clark. Back inside. Comes up with a layup. It's now a 13-point advantage, and Coach Dan again needs to talk things over. Coming up the timeout, let's see what Coach Dan diagrammed here. A good reaction defensively. Sergio inside, stops, forces the issue. And the foul's going to be called there on Kai King. Darwich gets the roll in the first. Actually, Sergio Darwich is 5th in assists per game at 5.5. He's also 9th in terms of steals at 1.6. So you can see Sendai has the tools. That's why they're up there. That's why they're just 2 games away from sneaking into the playoffs. But again, everything has really got to come together for them this season to be able to make it to the next phase. Clark through the hands of Mike. Ando inside. Ooh, that might have been a travel. But they let it go. Say Ando scores again. Here's Culver. Boy, when he gets that close, almost impossible to stop. Nothing from the outside. And a chance here. That's not a good foul. That will stop their fast break, but that's going to put Yokohama in the penalty. Not to mention the fact that Kotsar is going to pick up, actually, a silly foul. Inglis will come in to take his place. Funyu. Nice bounce pass. That's a basketball opportunity here. Moving so well without the basketball is Jared Culver. Gets a perfect pass from Funyu. When you get that close to the basket, there's nothing Koyasuda can do. Koyasuda only stands at 6'1". Jared Culver is 6'6". Super score on the line now. Trying to cut into the lead of Yokohama. It's down to 9. It's down to 8. Four minutes gone here in quarter number 2. Quick move in. Funyu will pick up his first personal. Trying to bring this lead back to 10. Swishes the first. Remember, Clark is on 2 fouls at the moment. You see Lassiter will be serving the situation again. Comfortable lead at 10. Looks like Clark's coming out. Kotsar back in. That was a very short rest for Mike. That wasn't even a minute. Funyu. Again serving on the outside. Eldarwich gives it up. Culver can break down the defense on his own. Comes up with another bucket. Once he dribbles towards the paint, as we mentioned, he is a 3-level scorer. They need to blitz him. Immediately get the ball out of his hands. King up high. Kotsar. Now they look for Inglis. Kai King will put up a 3. That's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. King could have actually made the extra pass. He had a teammate that was free. 36-28 is our tally right now. 4:52 remaining in quarter number 2. That's a quick play. That's what you want to be able to see if you're Sendai, especially now that you're down. This is the closest that they've been, just trailing by 6. English trying to make his move. Foul there by Torre. And that foul will put Sendai in the penalty as well. The second quarter is going to halt to a crawl here, with both teams now in the bonus. First personal foul on Torre. Kiefer will come back in. Sudo to the bench. They can't get it in bounds. Almost a 5-second violation. Kotsar will go up high to Inglis with a handoff to Kiefer. Kiefer will put up a 3. Bang! That's going to give them more breathing space now as Kiefer, with his second 3, increases the lead to 9. Inside Torre, quick move. That's good defense by Kotsar. Torre, really not one of those players that you can just give the ball to and let him create. That's not his game. Inglis, almost a steal there. Quick move by Damien. Trying to get it to Mike, and a kick there from Torre. Timeout's going to be called here by the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Quick inbound play. And Damien Inglis converts. The lead is back up to 11, just like that in the blink of an eye. Under 3.5 remaining before the halftime break. Tying him up there, Kotsar Bubakar, as we said, is not one of those players that will really look to score. Kotsar tying him up. Possession arrow shows we're going the other way. Inglis once again. Nothing there in the 3, and big rebound there by Torre. That is what he does best. Torre now with only his second rebound though. Sergio again complaining about the fact that he just cannot get going because they're holding on to his arm. Well, that was clear. Mike Kotsar got a free one there. There's another steal. Perfect pass. Ravenna slows down and blows the layup. Sorry, missed there from Kiefer. would have given them another 13-point lead. And believe me, you're going to need every single point against this squad. Here comes Kotsar, trying to lead the break. 4-30. Steal's going to be called there. Damien saying, it was clean, but the whistle's blown. Damien continues to talk to the referee, adamant about the fact that there was no foul. But again, unless there's a challenge, there's nothing you can do to reverse the call. Culver now on the line for 2 shots. As expected, Culver will make both. Inoue back in. Well, they need to come up with some defensive stops. There's no question they can put that ball in the hoop. Can they play defense? They're going to need to. They're down by a lot. Damien. They'll swing it out. Aray. Aray forces this one up. That was halfway down. Kotsar claims that one. Inglis tries his hand at a 3 and hits. It is now a 15-point advantage for the visiting squad. Culver tries to get it back, comes up just short. 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Damien Inglis starting to feel it. Goes to Kotsar. Kotsar inside. Not enough spin on that one. Funyu is looking for the 3-point play, but will settle for 2 free throws here. It's a big deficit and this crowd is silent. Well, they expected an easy victory here. As we said, Sendai with a superior record of 35-22 as compared to 25-32. And at the same time, they are still in the running for the playoff picture. Yokohama, no chance of making it. But again, that probably one of the hardest things to do in all of professional sports is play against a team that has nothing to lose. You can see the B-CORSAIRS playing so relaxed, so loose as Funyu makes that first free throw. Both are down. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Damien Inglis falling away. That's short. Nice rebound by Culver. Now helping out with the rebounding chores. He's going to need to. Yusei fouled. 2 free throws coming up. That helps out the squad of Sendai. The clock stops. And now they can come back with these freebies. Coach Lassie can't believe the call was made. And I talked to Kiefer there about making sure you don't foul. 57.3 remaining. Another timeout on the floor as you take a look at the scoring leaders. Inglis with 9, Clark with 8, and 7 apiece there for Ando and Aray. Kiefer, of course, has got 6 off those 2 threes. Yusei makes the first. Second is down as well. Trying to inch closer. And they've got an entire second half still. But you don't want to be down by 11. At home. With everything to play for. Seiya Ando. Squares up for a 3. In and out. 2 threes already, halfway down. Approaching the 30-second mark. Here's Jarrett once again. Almost lost it. Picks it up. Watanabe launches a 3. Misses everything. And now the shot clock is off. And an opportunity here for Yokohama to increase their lead and at the same time, at worst, stay up by 11. As expected, Kiefer is going to walk this one up. They will go at the last 6-7 seconds. Now they make their move. Kiefer. Kiefer all by his lonesome. Finishes with the left hand. Kiefer Avena would finish with 8 points here in 2 quarters. A steal. And Gary Clark says, that is the stamp that we need. Watch it once again. Kiefer, nice crossover. Gets away from his defender. 2 quarters done here. And Yokohama looking good at the Sebio Arena Sendai as they lead 49-36.
Boys and girls, please enjoy the halftime show. you, the 89 cheer, Tina and the guys. 続いては東北大学ストリートダンスサークル WHO の皆さんのパフォーマンスです。
仙台ここにいながらにして続けていく独自の
やあよく言われるよ、勝負したいか東京でトップとそうしない同じ土俵で、そこでストップするな声その度量で共に楽しもうぜオールデイ。やあありがたいがまだ遊び足りないんだここにこれだけかけてきたんだダメ元で、だから俺らはことは滑るよ他でないここでフレンズと共にその音でまずはこの音で凝らしていくぞ思考、たとえダメでもまだ出すある裏の手偏りきて超えて広げていくテーマ、この北の地から発信するレーダーテイクターン奪うため出向く各地にそこで吸収しセーブするこのデータ地道に見つける道狙い通り上げてくクオリティのメーター。描いたものをやめるな作り上げろ Everybody あまり気にしなくなった他人の目むやみやたらに取り込まない他人の芸だから取らない皆と同じ方向性時代はより東北方向へ強く持った信念が作り出した迷信信じなかったジンクスや迷信体を鍛えることで強くした精神打ち勝つこの過酷なレーシング飛ばされたり英雄それ乗り越えて繋がった Me and You 昔ならば気恥ずかしくて言えぬことでも今だったら堂々と言える人が何かを残してきた2000年引き継ぎさらにスキルアップに専念時を超えて今ここで日本語とラップアップ宣言北からしみじみ広げてきた範囲持ち帰る仙台に宮北からしみじみ広げてきた範囲持ち帰る仙台に宮Get on stop You don't stop Get on stop You don't stop
Welcome aboard on Global Astroliner.
ありがとうございました。東海でストリートダンスサークル風の皆さんでした。
Checking the numbers there, the first 2 quarters of play. Everything in favor here of Yokohama, obviously. As we take a look at the leading scorers, 14 points here for Culver, 9 points for Damien Inglis, 4 rebounds for Culver, 7 boards for Mike Kotsar. And Kotsar will come up with 5 dimes and 3 assists. That is not a surprise for Sergio Eldarwich. But you can see Kotsar really excited about being on the court for quite a while. He's been out. It's actually been Caleb Tarzevsky who's been playing in his spot. But now Mike Kotsar showing everybody why he has been a long time import here, doing everything for his squad. As we take a look at the key player matchup, it's Culver up against another super scorer, Seiya Ando. No surprise here though. Culver with 14 points. Close to his average. He averages 24 points a contest. Well, Seiya Ando averaging 14 points, so he's also halfway towards his average. But again, if you're just joining us, Sendai needs this game. They need to be able to win to have a possible chance of making it to the playoffs. The squad of Kiefer Avena and company are out of it, trying to play the spoilers role, and right now they're playing it to the hilt as they lead by 13 entering the second half. We're all set for the second half. Culver sets up Funyu. Short on that three. Sergio's there for the putback. He blows it though, but again, that is what Boubacar does best. Offensive rebounding. Cut the lead down to 11. Good start here for the home squad. Kotsar hasn't played in quite a while, but has not lost his rhythm. Kotsar, extra pass. They go to the corner. Short though there for Kai King. Seiya Ando. With a brand new 14 to work with. He was looking for a shot the entire way. Nice rebound by El Darwich. Funyu will push. Looking for some early offense. That might have been an offensive foul. They let it go. Culver, no. They're going to lose possession though. I don't exactly know how Kotsar was not able to hold on to that one. Just a little reminder there from Coach Lassie. You gotta value every possession, he says. Seiya Funyu will be taken off though. El Darwich inside the flip. He'll get the lucky roll. Now with 4 points. I guess he figures Culver's having a difficult time today. Let's try to help out scoring wise. Leads down to 9. No key for Avena to start things off. Or offensive foul is going to be called on Inglis. Oh, that was clear. He was holding on to the shorts of El Darwich. I don't know what he's complaining about. Back on the offensive end, two-man game. Sergio. We go to the wing. There's Boubacar once again. And a timeout will have to be called by Coach Lasitovi. They've just given up too many offensive rebounds. And suddenly, that once imposing 13-point lead is now down to 7. Now a chance of defense. They're clamping down on the other end, and suddenly they found the groove offensively on the other. Actually, it was really Boubacar doing everything with his offensive rebounding. Is Coach Dan calling a timeout? Still no official word. We're going to have a head coach challenge here. Well, they're trying to look for every possible possession that they can get here. Boubacar makes contact. That's going to be so hard to tell. But the call on the floor says Yokohama ball. So you need to have undisputed evidence showing otherwise. And they're looking at the replay as well from their laptop. Here's the call. Coach Dan will get another possession for his squad? No. They might just fire the video guy. Kai King to the rack. That's a nice fake. The flip is gonna drop. Kai King with 8 points in the contest here today. One of his better scoring nights. Deep three, no. Finally, Mike Kotsar with the defensive rebound. Kotsar will go inside all the way, coast to coast, and will blow the layup. Everything but the shot. And he'll come up with a frustration foul here. Second personal on Mike. He should have stopped while he was ahead. Still a 9-point lead enjoyed by the visiting squad though. Watanabe delivers. He's got 6 points. Ando. Damien. Really wanted to challenge the defense of Culver. I don't think too many players have tried to challenge Culver on the other end, and that's why it's taking off some of his offensive prowess. Here he comes once again. He'll misfire, but that's going to be the third personal foul on Damien Inglis. 2 free throws coming up here for Jarrett. Another stop in the action. Actually, that's the third personal foul here. A lot of time still remaining in this contest. Damien Inglis continues to complain. Will he get a technical foul? I think he will. And Torre was talking to the referee saying, give him a technical, give him a technical. And he just got a technical foul, which means that will put his total to 4. Under FIBA rules, technical fouls count as personal fouls. So now there's going to be one free throw first for the technical. He, just like my coach a while ago, should have quit while he was ahead. I know he's disappointed, but at the same time, you cannot continue to hurt your team by picking up an extra foul, giving up an extra free throw, and then you are now on the bench, not able to help out your squad. Gotta be smarter than that, especially if you're an import. Oh, no question, they're gonna give this one to Culver, the super scorer. You expect him to make every free throw. He makes the technical free throw. That's a big swing. They're going to get 3 points out of that one. Now just down by 5. What will say Ando do here? From the wing, nothing there. Coming from Gary Clark. Another big rebound by Boubacar. Sergio will attack inside. Nice sidestepping move. And the lead is down to 3. The momentum has fully swung the other way. Say Ando, wild shot, no. And Kiefer Avena still on the bench here for Coach Lassie Tuovi. But he's getting ready to check in. He's just waiting for a dead ball situation. Watanabe, short. Culver, fall away, short as well. Cleared there by Clark. Kochai will be fouled. That'll be foul number 2 on Culver. Now a chance for Kiefer to come in. There's Ravenna talking to his teammates saying, we got to continue to put on the pressure. Kiefer goes up high. Clark. Say Ando to the wing. We're going the other way. Still holding tough, the defense of Yokohama. Nothing there on the outside. Nice hand down, easy block there by Torre. And they ring the bell here to get even closer. Culver, denied there, that'll be a travel. Good defense there from Maik. Kiefer comes out to get it. Wants to orchestrate. Staying a little bit too close there was Funyu. It's good that he's back on the floor though. He had to leave a while ago with a possible injury. That was invading the private space of Kiefer. Only the second team foul of Sendai. Clark with a jumper comes up short. He wasn't expecting to put up that one. Eldarwich will definitely get that one back. Try to create two-man game. Sergio up against the taller Clark. Gets denied. Poor pass. It's 3-on-2 the other way. First to the floor. Mike gets it. We're seeing helter-skelter basketball here. You love that first to the floor there a while ago. It was Jarrett. Maeno will be checking in for the first time. That is Kanta Maeno, the 23-year-old, standing 6'4". Kiefer Avena collapsing the defense, but there were no outside shots available. Shot clock down to 5. Clark into the heart of the defense. Gets fouled. That'll be foul number 2 on Soichiro Inoue. There's a foul up high. Oh, they're going to say it's a foul on Funyu as he came in. So that's going to be number 3 on Seiya. Two free throws now for Gary Clark. Funyu will be replaced. Clark can hit though. Sticking a little too close there was Araya. But all of that started there with Kiefer. But Araya is going to be called there for a foul. And that is now going to put both squads in the penalty. Trying to distract the shooter. That's Koya Sudo on the line. Well, Sudo's a veteran. 28 years old, standing 6'1". He's seen a lot of wars. Cleans the rim and then second will drop. Lead is back up to 6. Some pressure in the backcourt just to delay the entry of their offense. And the shot clock is now down to 8. Araya. Boy, nobody came up to help. Try to stop him. He just laid that through. Talk about token defense. 56-52. Pocket pass, they go to the wing. Koya Sudo in and out. Okajima with the rebound. And he will push. Not a smart foul there by Seiya Ando. I don't think he was aware about the fact that the team was in the penalty. He just gave up that foul. He's giving up these 2 free throws just like that. And he'll be rested. Okajima, a 22-year-old, being given a lot of burn here today. The lead's down to 2. This is the closest that Sendai has come after being down by 15. Kiefer, two-man game there with Clark. They post up Gary, and a foul is going to be called. Again, not a good foul. That time from Sugiura. The 2 free throws will be given to Gary. Welcome development for Gary and Yokohama. They've been struggling to find some buckets, and now they're going to get 2 shots from the free throw line. You don't want to help out your opponents by giving them easy shots. A little bit more space here, but again, 3 points is not a safe lead. It's 58-54. Okajima. They'll go to the wing. Nice attack by Araya. That time, there was a challenge. Well, they learned from their mistake earlier. Kiefer up against 2. Kicks it back out. Stolen there by Jarrett. Jarrett with an easy slam. Read that pass the entire way. The lead's down to 2 once again. Under 90 seconds to be played. Kiefer asks for it back. Clark comes out. Trying to challenge Jarrett Culver. Hanging in the air. Not a good possession. Now looking to tie. Might take the lead here with a 3. Jarrett to the wing. Okajima. In and out. Araya with the offensive rebound. Taken away. And we're going the way of Yokohama. They were oh so close to taking the lead. Sendai has not yet led this entire ball game. A chance of defense once again. But at least they're right back in this one. For sure, this is going to be a ball game heading to the 4th. Foul's going to be called again, this time inside on Inoue. He doesn't like it, but 2 free throws coming up now for Mike Kotsar. Only the first personal foul on Inoue. Well, a while ago it was given to Funyu. Kotsar misfiring on that second. Under 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Sugiura falling away. No. Really trying to take advantage of that mismatch. Not working. Just one more clock. Game clock. Which is now at 10. Ravenna. Just clear the way. I want to do exactly what I did to end the half. Puts up a three. Bang! Kiefer Avena taking control here, just like what he did at the end of the first half. Hitting a layup there, now hitting a big three. Watch it once again. Over the outstretched arms of the defense. It didn't bother him at all. Three quarters done here. And things looking good for Avena and company as they lead 62-56. Fourth quarter is underway here at the Sebia Arena, Sendai. Yokohama has led from the get-go. Back to the action. 68-56 is our tally. Suddenly opening up a 12-point advantage once again. Key for Ravena and company. Sergio almost got picked. They blitz Culver. He'll have to give this one up. Ravena with a steal. 3-on-1 break. Goes to Clark. Big slam there by Gary. And they continue their onslaught here in the fourth as they now lead by 14 once again. Sugiura puts up a three. Bang. They badly needed that one. That keeps them within striking distance, just down by 11. Clark. Harassed there by Culver. Mori'i will give it up. Arai. Short. Rolling out the play. Watanabe checks back in. They find Culver. He has been silenced really as they send in an extra defender to blitz him. That's a great pass. Sugiura looking for back-to-back. Short. Nice tap there for Gary. Mike Kotsar clears. Ravena calling out the play. He asks for a fist. Ravena will step back, put up a three, a little bit too strong. Three minutes quickly gone here in our final period. This is a game that Culver and company cannot afford to lose. A little bit too strong there. Sergio. The floater works. Now he's got 8 points. Trying to make another charge here. They made a charge, brought it down to 2, and then suddenly a 10-0 burst. Lead at 9. They look inside. Kotsar. Push shot, yes. 72-61. 7 points now in the contest for Mike. Mori will be called for a foul there. That will be the first team foul here in the fourth. And the back, fully rested. We're also going to have a timeout at the 5-minute mark. Sugiura. Quick burst. Extra pass. Culver 3. In, out, and back in. Now starting to heat up. He's got 22 points. Just 2 below his average. Under 6 minutes to be played here in this contest. Clark gave it up. Mori'i. Back to Seiya. Ando sets up. There was no defender. Can't drop though. Another rebound there from Sergio. As Darwich really helping out in all departments. Here comes Culver. Into the heart of the defense. Stopped. Extra pass. Sugiura. No. Torre tracks that one down. Sergio takes his hand at it. No. Not quite sure why they don't want to go inside, where they're supposed to be superior, especially there with Torre in. Clark, good line. In and out though. That was great defense an increase in this 8-point lead of theirs. Next dead ball situation, we're gonna have a timeout. Clark, deep three, yes! 22 points for Gary Clark, despite the fact that he's been hobbled with foul trouble all throughout this ball game. Hits a big three, and the lead is back to 11. Ooh, at the last minute, the foul's gonna be called on Mike. Looked like that was good defense the entire way. Looked like he came down before he released that. That could have been a travel. But Kotsar will pick up his third personal foul. Back in the ball game is Damien Inglis, the Frenchman. He's got 4. Culver. And I cut this lead to a single digit. It's now at 10. Making certain of that one. He is now at his average. The question is, they're still down by 9. Will they be able to overcome this deficit and stay in step with the two teams ahead of them in the team standings for a chance to be able to make it to the playoffs? If they lose here today, they're going to be down by 3. 3 games are hard to make up. Big 3 there! Seiya Ando wanted to say night-night to the fans here. Lead is back to 12. Sendai has not led this entire ball game. El Darwich, not the best of passes. Ando almost got that one. Six seconds on the shot clock. El Darwich knew about it. Put it up. Big rebound there from Clark. So Clark just checked in, replacing Mike Kotsar. Actually, Clark also with 3 fouls. Looking for the dagger here. 2-man game. Inglis for 3. Just short. Culver. They're going to give him this one. Now at 25 points. Still, the lead is at 10. And again, no key for Ravenna yet. Usually the closer here for Coach Lassie Tuovi. Kiefer has hit some big shots this afternoon. Not on the floor for his squad. Ando puts up a 3. No. Funyu clears. Finds Sergio. Under 3 minutes remaining in this one. Open 3. No. That would have been a big help to their squad coming back all day to shoot. Not able to come up with a shot. They look for Gary. They try to pound this inside. And does! 24 points for Gary Clark. The lead back to 12. Time is starting to run out. Foul will be called on Koya Sudo. That'll be the third team foul of Yokohama. Second personal on Sudo. Kotsar back in. Inglis to the bench. And a timeout will be called here by Sendai. It's now or never. That's a big shot. Culver needed that one. Sendai needed that one. And they're right back in this one. 80-71. Final 2 minutes. You want to check on the clock? Coach Lassie not happy about something. And here comes Kiefer Ravenna. Quite surprised that they didn't send him in a little earlier. He's in here for the remainder of this game. That's for certain. Clark will bring it down. Almost a 8-second violation. It is. But Kiefer saying the ball was passed. But the thing is, they did not establish position in the front court yet. So big turnover here for Yokohama. Yokohama's actually taken very good care of the basketball. That is only their 6th turnover. But it could prove to be very costly. Especially if the boys in yellow can score here. They look to Culver. They'll give it up. Finds Sergio. Will get it right back. Bubakar. Foul. That foul from Gary will put them in the penalty. You can see Gary Clark making sure there was no three-point play. No fouls yet by Sendai. That could work against them though. Especially if they want to extend this ball game. Culver inside. 2 free throws coming up. '80-71. Still a lot of drama here. Another big free throw. What a time for him to miss. They're going to need this one to cut it to 8, and then they got to play good defense. They cannot play the fouling game, especially now that they got no fouls whatsoever yet here in the fourth. He's going to miss both. That could be telling. They need another turnover here. Ravenna pushes it forward. And now they're going to burn clock. These are precious seconds ticking away. Ravenna will be fouled. If they're going to foul, they should have fouled much earlier. Shot clock will be reset now to 14. They wasted so much time. First one, Hanzawa. Kiefer. Gets it inside. Now to Kotsar. They'll burn clock again. Now Kiefer trying to make his move. That's a great find. Delayed pass. Kotsar with a basket. It's going to extend the lead back to 11. Inside, Eldarwich blocked. But they're going to say there was body contact. A smile here coming from Gary. As Gary says, okay. Ooh, that looked really clean. They can challenge if they want. That'll be foul number 4 on Gary. Can they make their free throws? That has been the big question. No! Another miss. Three missed free throws here in the last 20 seconds. And that might come back to haunt them. Eldarwich misses another one. That's 4 blown free throws. And that could be it. If they don't force a turnover here, they're going to use the entire 24 seconds. That's for certain. And an 11-point lead is more than enough. Kiefer sneaks in. Not going to drop though. Eldarwich wanted to score quickly and does. Lead is still 9. 10 points in the contest for Sergio. Ando. That's a dangerous pass. And they got the turnover. A timeout will now have to be called. Lead is down to 7. Mistake by the B-CORSAIRS. And the window slightly ajar for Sendai. Watch it once again. That's not what you want to do. You cannot make the pass under your opponent's basket. It will lead to an easy shot. 32.4 seconds. There's another turnover. Jarrett inside. Stopped. That was a big block there from Gary. Saving the day. Wow, Eldarwich got it to Culver. Tremendous defensive play after giving it up. 24.4 seconds. Lead is still 7. It's going to be a sputtering finish here. Almost another steal. Funyi with a foul. But the thing is, they're not in the penalty yet. So there's going to be another inbound from the backcourt. Funyi done for the day. Here comes Sugiura. This is where not being in the penalty really works against you. Ando. That's a smart play, just holding on to it. When you issue the pass, there might be another steal. Third team foul. Time down though to 20 seconds. And the lead is still 7. It's not looking good here. Nice release pass. Another foul. That will put them in the penalty, but only with 15 seconds remaining. Essentially a one-ball game here, because they're going to have to foul again, which will put them on the free throw line. They need a turnover here, and even that might not do it. Foul on Sugiura. And 2 free throws now for Kiefer with just 13.7 seconds remaining. Second personal foul going to be called on Yusei. Ravenna trying to put the finishing touches on this one. Made that first free throw. And this one, just for good measure. Coach Lassie knows the upset is there. Sendai won 100-94. Today, they're going to go down to a loss. Coach Dan calling his timeout. But the lead, insurmountable now at 9. Well, you like the fact that Coach Dan Takeni's squad will go down fighting, but again, with just 13.7 seconds remaining, a 9-point deficit facing them in the face, there's just no chance. If they want to try to score here at least. That's good defense by Kotsar. They blitz. And Kotsar will come up with a steal. Kotsar will try to finish, and does! Sergio with the heave. Will fall short. And a minor upset here by Yokohama. They got a big scalp. The B-CORSAIRS win this one, 86-75. The B-CORSAIRS led from start to finish. Sendai never got in the groove. They started off poorly and they paid the price, missing a lot of free throws, especially in the fourth quarter. Look at this. They only won the third period by 7. Coach Lassie absolutely thrilled with the victory here. Well, say Ando and company will pick up the victory. Nice talk there between Torre and the Frenchman, Damien. Coach Dan says they gotta regroup, get into the locker room, and we'll talk about what we need to do for next week because they cannot afford another loss. They will drop to 35-23. And that gap of 2 games becomes 3 of trying to make it to the next phase, which makes it even more difficult. Stick around, we're going to hear from Coach Lassie Tuovi and possibly Kiefer Avena, who hit some big shots today.
I think the atmosphere for Dandan Yokonado here has been amazing. The guys have done a great job of getting better every game.
TOPヘッドコーチに来ていただきました。勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
昨日からの修正点、特にテンポが速くなったりラインナップ変えたところだと思うんですけれども、どういったことを選手に指示を出したんでしょうか。
Yeah, we changed a little bit the rotation and get a different kind of a looks on the matchup start with Damian and Kenta. But overall, the guys made the commitment to challenge Eldarovich and Kerber as much as possible. They're great players, but I think, team-wise, we stick on the game plan, and that's why we were controlling the game in 40 minutes.
そうですね、今回の試合は、ちょっとラインナップを変えてちょっと狙うところをちょっと変えようという話をしました。で今回に関しては、それの推敲力もすごく良かったですし、エルダーウィッチ選手とカリバー選手に対してのその推敲力、チームでしっかりやろうといったことがしっかりできたというのが良かったですし、その勢いが最後まで続いたからこそ、今日は勝てたと思います。
素晴らしいバウンスバックだったと思うんですけれども、これから最後ラスト2試合ホームに戻ってどういった戦いをしたいでしょうか。クラブのファンの皆さんに一言お願いします。
Well, absolutely, we want to finish the season against Kawasaki for 2 victories and meet a sold-out Buntai twice. But before that, I want to give also credit here to my staff. It's been crazy schedule I never experienced before, 14 games in 30 days. And coaching staff to how they work, but especially the trainers, conditioning side, because our players has been healthy. That's very rare, and huge thanks and credit for them about this past week's job.
そうですね、まず舞台でのラスト2試合、川崎戦にはなるんですけど、ブースターの皆さんの前でしっかりと勝って終えるように頑張りたいと思います。でもその中でやっぱり一つ話したいことがありまして、自分はこの1ヶ月の中で14試合をするという経験は今までなかったんですけど、これができたことで、それに対してスタッフ陣たちがしっかりと貢献してくれたこと、今回のこの1ヶ月のランの中で選手誰一人も怪我をしないでしっかりとスタッフ陣が選手のためにサポートしてくれたというのは本当に感謝してますし、誇りに思うので本当に皆さんに感謝しています。
素晴らしい勝利でした。来週も応援しています。ありがとうございました。
皆さんの後押しのおかげだ。ありがとうございます。See you.
ティナではなくキャプテンの渡辺翔太よりご挨拶を申し上げます。
皆さんこんにちは。
クラーク選手に来ていただきました。勝利おめでとうございます。昨日のコーチから敗戦からコーチからどういう指示があって、どういう気持ちで選手としてはゲームに臨んだんでしょうか。
Yesterday we had a lot of minor errors that, 1, 2, you could survive a game, but I think we had like close to 10 errors of just communication, organization, And, you lose games like that, as well as allowing a guy who averaged 25 to get 25 plus is, it's not good scouting on our part as a team, and not sticking to the game plan. Today we did better adjustment of sticking to the game plan, being more organized.
昨日の試合に関してなんですけど、やっぱり自分たちの細かいミスからの失点というのがすごく多くて、でそういうミスは1回とか2回あっても、別に問題ないんですけど、それが10回以上あったというところで、自分たちの範囲の原因というふうにも思いますし、遂行力もそこまで良くなかったというところもありましたし、カリバ選手みたいに平均25点以上取っている選手にも25点以上取られてしまう、やっぱそういうやってはいけないことをやってしまったというのが昨日の試合でした。で今回の試合に関しては自分たちはしっかりとやるべきことをしっかり最後までやって、ちゃんと遂行できたというのが勝因だったというふうに思います。
ありがとうございます。最後にご本人の得点も非常に昨日から変わったと思いますし、後半の3本のスリーポイントっていうのは非常にダメ押しだったなと思うんですけど、ラスト2試合に向けてどういう気持ちで臨むか、ファンの方に一言お願いします。
Today, Kiefer and those guys were looking for me to get going, making shots, and I think that's the biggest part is, they, no matter how bad I've shot all season, those guys are still looking for me, no matter what the game is looking like. Today I just knocked them down, stayed in the rhythm, and just stayed aggressive. And that's just kind of the story of the second half, and just the message for the fans, just the last 2 home games of the season. You guys have been great, and we've enjoyed your energy. We need you. We got Kawasaki, so another 2 derby games. So we look forward to having your support and being loud in Buntai.
そうですね、今日の試合に関してなんですけど、ラバナ選手だったり他の選手が、自分のことをしっかりと探して、自分が気持ちよく、シュートを打てました。今までは本当に全然シュートが入らなくても、チームメイトたちが自分のことを信じてくれて、パスを出してくれました。で今日の後半に関してはそれが、しっかりと入って、で自分もそのまま勢いづけられたっていうのもありますし、本当に、皆さんには感謝しています。そして、残り、2試合ということで、ホームでの川崎戦、ブースターの皆さんの応援というのは自分たちのエナジーになっています。そして皆さんの前で、しっかりと勝利をつかめるように頑張りたいと思うので、また応援のほどよろしくお願いします。
素晴らしいパフォーマンスでした。最後まで頑張ってください。ありがとうございました。
Thank you.
ナイナーズを応援している仙台にナイナーズがあるということを誇りに思えるようなチームになるために、これからも来シーズンも前進し続けていきますので、これからもよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
ダンヘッドコーチ、ありがとうございました。続いて仙台 89ers 代表取締役社長志村武彦よりご挨拶を申し上げます。
皆さんこんにちは。改めまして、今日をもって、25、26シーズンホームゲーム、30試合すべて終わることができました。すべての試合満員ということで、本当にここにいる皆さんと一緒に30試合、戦うことができました。そして後ろにいるチームが本当に頑張ってくれてですね、7割を超える勝率でホームの試合勝つことができました。改めて選手スタッフに大きな拍手を皆さんお願いします。去年1年前にここで亀井ですね話した時はすごい苦しい状況でした。11勝というところで、ナイナーズとしても非常に苦しかった、皆さんも苦しかったシーズンでしたけど、決して皆さんが諦めず声をかけてくれたおかげで CS を目指すところまで来ました。このチームを来シーズンもまた僕も見たいですし、皆さんの前でこのチームを見せたいと思います。必ず彼ら戻ってきて来シーズン B プレミア初年度チャンピオンを目指して戦いますので、皆さん来シーズンまた 応援してください。よろしくお願いします。今シーズン本当にありがとうございました。
志村社長、ありがとうございました。
それでは今シーズンのホームゲーム最後は、
はい、
ナイナーズコールで締めましょう。
行こう。
勝利ではないんですけど、最後の皆さんナイナーズオン3、1、2、3ナイナーズをご起立になって、
はい、
ぜひ大声で叫んで、来シーズンまずは群馬ありますけど、ホームゲーム来シーズンつなげていきましょう。キャプテン渡辺翔太選手、お願いします。ダブルキャプテンでお願いします。
ナイナーズオン3、1、2、3、ナイナーズ。
Check out the highlights now here of this win of Yokohama over the Sendai 89ers. A big victory here by Yokohama as they try to end the season strong. As we talked about it, they are not going to be able to make it to the playoffs with an inferior record. Sendai has a chance, but that chance has just slimmed further with a loss here today for Yokohama. Watanabe left open for this three, drains that one. But they had a lot of open shots that they did not convert. That came back to haunt them, especially 4 free throws in the end game. 2 from Jarrett Culver and 2 from Sergio L. Darwich, 2 of the better free throw shooters they have on this team. Torre with one of his better scoring nights. Mike Kotsar on the floor after quite a while. And he made up for a lot of those lost time. Culver, his usual explosive self, he would finish a little above his average, but Kiefer Avena was a killer today. First quarter ended in favor of Yokohama, up by 11, 26-15. A scorching start. And then Kiefer Avena came up with some big baskets to end the second quarter as they extended that lead to 13, 49-36. The third quarter, that is where Sergio and company would make their run. Darwich with back-to-back baskets, as you can see there in the highlights. And Torre, once he gets the offensive rebound, very difficult to stop him. But Kai King would come off the bench and contribute 8 points. He saw extensive playing time here today because he got off to a good start. Damien Inglis had his share, but he had to leave the ball game with a technical foul. He sat down for quite a while. They brought him in, but he was not the same Frenchman. We talked about the third quarter being critical. Kiefer Avena there would lose it. Easy slam there by Jarrett. And after 3 periods, Yokohama came to within 6. But Kiefer Avena would hit that big shot there to end the third period. The lead was a little bit more comfortable at 62-56. And in the fourth quarter, it was close. But Gary Clark would come to the rescue. Clark would finish with 24 points. Actually, one of the few times he has finished over 20. There's Culver, splitting the double team, goes to the wing. Sugiura drains that 3. He would miss another open one from that exact same spot 30 seconds after. And if he made that, this might have been a totally different ball game. El Darwich with the floater. Nice find. Mike Kotsar delivering the big blows. That was a big 3. Stemming the tide here. Stopping the rally. Still with an opportunity was Sendai. But always coming up with the big buckets was today's most valuable player, Gary Clark. And they take this one. A big upset over Sendai as they win 86-75. Look at the scoring from inside the paint. Much better. 61% as compared to 54%. But the big difference was here in 3-point distance. 35% as compared to 20%. Sendai actually just missed 4 free throws the entire ball game. And those free throws all happened in the final 2 minutes. That'll really hurt. Shooting 85% from the line was Yokohama, 12 out of 14. Both teams took pretty good care of the basketball with just 8 turnovers each. All the other numbers just about even if you really look at it. Look at that, 38 apiece. Those are the points in the paint. At +6, 16-10. That'll be the fast break points. As we take a look at the statistical leaders, Culver would finish with 29 points. Clark with 24. In terms of boards, 10 rebounds for Torre. That's not a surprise. And Mike Kotsar with 12. Also expected. In terms of dimes, 4 assists for Seiyafunyu. And Mike Kotsar would come up with 7 assists. Boy, helping out so much on both ends and getting his teammates involved. Key player matchup, this was one-sided. But of course, you expect Jarrett Culver to score a little bit more. In fact, look at that. He was on the floor for 36 minutes as compared to just 27 here for Seiya Ando. Ando says, I contributed those 10 points in a victory. And unfortunately for Culver, 29 points in a losing effort. And that's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us for B-League action here this Sunday. Till next week, take care. Have a great weekend ahead. God bless.